tops. So I can get everything we need for multiple scenes, collaborate, talk about whatever, do all of that in one setting in one go.
That's why we can reverse start.
Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is Milo Wilson, aka Suspect 20, and you are here for a live on-air broadcast. But this is a broadcast, the type of broadcast that we do when we're going to make episodes and videos. And so you'll hear a lot of collaboration. You'll see a lot of getting ready, preparation, stuff like that. And you'll hear us talk about what we're going to do next. You'll see all the behind-the-stage content, and then you'll be able to see the video as it comes out in time. So that's what we're into today. I'm going to see if I can't get my address or my outfit changed up for the golf course. I'm going to be having some golf today. Let's see, suit pants. Let's do this again and see if I can actually save it this time so I don't get in trouble. Gray. Yeah, let's go with gray. Alright, tops. What's your jacket?
Did you find your size?
Polo shirts. Let's go grab my necklace. And put on some gloves.
We have that in multiple colors.
White cotton gloves. Then put on some boots or some shoes. I'm gonna go with loafers, I think. I'm just gonna pick the gray stuff.
Thanks for shopping with us.
Is the butterfly spelled Lepidopterus?
Who?
Lepidopterus? Yeah.
You're gonna have to Google that one.
Oh, I did, but I fucking phones are in charge. Trying to remember how to spell it. The lepa. It was lepa because you made the leprechaun joke. Lepidopterus.
Right. Yeah.
Tired.
Bye.
Alright.
Enjoy your purchase.
2 hours before testimony.
I think I'm ready to go to this golf game now. Probably gonna be just a tad late, but that's okay.
It's just
Don't forget we are in broadcast, so I can record everything as I need to. We can just go back and, action and cut the scene into creation.
You should be able to cut and paste what you want, right?
Yep.
Take snippets.
I can't totally. Alright, so this is the part where I'm going to be pulling up to the golf course.
So,
Sir?
I saved the golf cart, but you can't get rid of the other one. Because I had to do something. So don't grab that one that's in the let's just see. It's gone now. Is it gone?
There's a fire truck back there. Alright, I shall. And I'm going to action in 3, 2, 1, action. Kevin Hightower is out here somewhere. I just gotta find him. Don't see Kevin Hightower's
Dude,
car.
you're not in my lobby.
Oh yeah, I am not in your lobby. Maybe I'll just hit the stick one more time. So,
I didn't realize you were in my lobby. I was like,
yeah, I
why
didn't
is he not
either.
on that?
Yeah, I didn't realize it either.
Can we just join your lobby?
I'm gonna have to put this one hitter in here. No, I'm already joining on you. But my guy is already, like, he's spawned last location, so yeah, he's already up there. GTA Online, Motor Wars, embrace the mayhem of Motor Wars. Well, it's a lot faster loading up into these friends lobbies, you know. Alright, there we are. And I'm right outside the golf course too. That makes it really convenient just to drive around the block and be like, alright, I'm late for a golf game. Alright, I'm driving by the mansion. Going around the big block. Coming back. And should I right? Here's gonna be the end scene and action. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Milo Wilson, aka Suspect 20. You are here for an episode. We're getting ready to go meet the district attorney for Los Santos over on the golf course. Of course, he doesn't realize he's meeting me until we pull up. So he's probably going to be a little surprised, dismayed, whatever. But my sister told me that she was having a meeting with this guy over some kind of a deal, and I just don't see that we're going to be making deals over here with the district attorney, jackass. We actually put a really stupid wing on his car and convinced him to keep it. So, because it's just the biggest, ugliest jackassingest wing I've ever seen, and you know, he needs it on his car so everyone can laugh at him. But he thinks it's totally cool. Look at that. Look at the bend in that thing. It's like being held on by a couple of big, huge V-bars or something. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Look at that. No, that's great. That's great. And he thinks that actually looks cool. Well, that's what you get when your cousin works for the biggest car custom maker in Los Santos. Some high-end body stuff over there. Alright, this guy's trying to get desperate. I bet anything he'll be getting desperate. Where's the security guard? Is the security guard over here? Can you see me? I'm just going to take this golf cart. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. Alright. Got it. Let's see here. I think that's him down there by the fountain. Yeah. Hey, Hightower. Yeah. Hey, I need you to get in the golf cart, man. We gotta talk. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I heard you had a meeting today with one of my family members, and that meeting's done for, and this meeting is now taking place.
I didn't know you were also a golfer.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I didn't know you were a golfer.
Oh, you didn't know I was a golfer? Well, you know, there's a lot of things you don't know. A lot of things you don't know.
There's absolutely no way I'm gonna cut a deal for this. That was a courtesy I was extending to you, to the counselor.
Yeah, I heard something about my sister thinking there was some kind of deal on the table. I'm no attorney. I'm not a part of the law or anything. But outside of a deal or whatever you and my sister want to work out, I don't think this is something that you guys should even be bothering with.
Look, I got your guy escorting weed traffickers to various nefarious locations. I've got tape.
I'll probably cut it right here. We'll roll through one. He's got
Okay, so then that first whole conversation is the big jokes about all the times you fucked me over, right?
Right. My big rant is gonna be.
Yeah,
and that'll
you're
be
gonna
on,
start off with
and that'll be on hole 3.
what makes this. Okay. So what are we gonna talk about on hole 1?
I think we're just gonna skip this hole altogether, right? So we'll skip this hole and hole number 2, and we'll pick up the conversation again in hole 3, right? So we'll have us having a conversation, kind of about what you just said, but as though we've elaborated from that on our drive to the next hole. Right, and then we'll record our conversation on hole 3.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
What are we going to talk about? So you
We're
just
on the next cart ride.
So you just said, "Ha! I think I got that," and like, so we're going to talk about that for this hole, right? And I'll be like, "You think you have what? No, this and that." We'll get through probably. Let's see. We'll probably get to. I'll make mention of, well, most of that evidence is just the internal affairs officer following around the officer. I don't know what you could gather from somebody just being followed around, right? So we'll probably have gotten through all of that, and then we'll probably start talking about the point where he goes to the other precinct, comes out, and then meets up with those 2 vans. So that'll be our talking point on this next ride from hole 1 to hole 2. Is you'll go into, so I'm gonna make the cut where you're like, "Ha! But I have this in the bag," and blah blah blah, and then it's gonna cut back into, well, what about the 2 vans, and we can have our next little golf cart ride be about the 2 vans, the vehicular homicide, the getting the shot at in the middle of the streets and stuff, like. The public endangerment, all that stuff. No? Get in my golf cart, bitch. Let's see how long this.
I'm trying to figure out.
See how long this drive is going to be.
So you want to go from.
All right, so
we're going to talk about right after this. What are we talking about the hole?
So let's say we were to record hole 1.
Right.
Okay, let's say we were to. We probably would have gotten through conversation all the way to the point of Captain Danger meeting up with the 2 vans. So the audience would miss that part of the conversation, right? So, I got everything in the bag, right? They would miss the part of the conversation where I'm like, well, what do you think you have in the bag that's so whatever? Like, all right, so there's a video of an internal affairs officer going around recording and following this guy. Like, how much information could you really have from the recording, right? And then you would tell me a couple of things, and then you would get eventually to the part where he meets up with those 2 vans. I'd say we'd probably be done with the hole. We'd probably have made our shots at that point of conversation, so we could go on to the second hole and continue our conversation from there. The 2 vans.
So the next cart ride is about 2 vans, right?
Right. Yeah. 2. So we'd start. Let's see. Where's the? All
right. That's sort of right here. You start the hole, and you're like.
All right. We usually shoot right here.
Following.
The ball lands here. So up until this point, we've been talking about, there's nothing to see. It's all a cop being followed, you know, and then we'll shoot our shots and stuff. And all the cop being followed, well, what about all the different locations he went to? He went to a couple of different warehouse locations. He went to a couple of whatever, yada yada yada. When he got done, he went, well, what are you gonna press charges on him for going to all these different little locations? I mean, what can you do there, you know? And then here we are, we're at the hole, right? We get back into the golf cart, and then we go, and you're like, all right, well, he met up with those two vans. So that conversation would start about right here with the golf cart. And then we drive on to hole number 2. And we record the whole conversation from this drive to drive number 2. So whatever that's going to be.
Well, this is the two vans conversation.
Right. So let's record the two vans conversation from just right here next to the hole. We have to park this and be on our feet and walk over. Why don't you go park that bad boy? Just on the thing over there. Yeah. And park it a little, yeah, I guess, well, park it a little bit closer so we don't lose it. Just back it up. Yeah, that'd be alright.
See, I got you on tape. Your guy stops up at one police station, right? And then he drives and meets 3 individuals and 2 vans. These vans are nondescript.
You're talking about
Really
the?
good for smuggling things.
Are you talking about the plumbing vans? The plumbing van, the construction vans that he met up with, those contractor dudes. Is that who you're talking about? I mean, so he met up with so he met up with a couple of contractors.
Do you think like the people of this city are? They're gonna believe that.
What, he meets up with a couple of contractors, and what, there's some kind of big deal about him escorting some contractors or something?
Yeah, there's a big deal about him escorting anybody except an emergency vehicle. Within a plumbing emergency?
Oh, I mean, he can escort whoever he wants to, as far as, you know, like his off time goes. Now, whether or not he's using his lights, that's the whole thing for the precinct, you know.
In uniform, in a police vehicle. Even if he's off the clock.
Right, so there are some things there that maybe the precinct doesn't want, you know. Where's the fucking second hole? Right here. Am I missing something? Is hole 2 gone? Did I go the wrong way? Sorry, man. I don't know how to.
It doesn't matter. We don't really have to go to hole 2, do we?
I don't come out here very
Rehearsing.
often.
Just rehearsing.
Yeah, true. We are rehearsing.
But
But if we find out where hole 2 actually is, we might be able to. There it is. I just drove right past it. You know. Yeah. All right. So, oh no, I'm making content out of this. This is definitely a rehearsal, but we can, you know, I can cut it up and chop it up anywhere I want, you know. So, anyways, yeah, the van with the contractors. So you're gonna make a big fuss out of my guy meeting up with a couple of contractors, right? Well, that's just absurd. So what? He met up with a couple of contractors. Big deal.
yeah, we started gunfight, ran over some people. Yeah, that's not just meeting up with contractors.
Running over some people.
Why did they have to go so quickly to where they were going? That's what I would like.
You know, I saw
Why
the
were we
video.
exceeding
You know, I
these
saw the
people?
video too, right? You know, I saw the video too, right? It's a FOIA request. You can look it up on a FOIA request.
Why was he exceeding the speed limit?
Exceeding the speed limit. Are you gonna come over here?
Why was he full bright?
Oh my god.
It's okay. Here,
No.
watch.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
You're fine. It's fine.
I have carpal tunnel.
It's
And I
fine.
drop things and I don't mean to.
You're
Oh my
fine.
God.
You're
No.
fine. It's fine. Don't be upset. It's fine. Look, it's just fine. Look, you're fine. Don't cry. Don't cry. You're fine. You're fine. Look, this will have to be washed. It's no big deal. Right? It's okay. It's all right. Look, see, it's all still there. You see, it's all still there. It's all still edible. It's fine. It's fine. You're fine. You're okay. You're fine. Come here. Come here.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do
No,
that.
you're okay. Life's a little It's okay. You're alright.
Oh, I cried because I dropped the fucking thing.
I
It was
know.
a fraud.
Why are you crying? Because you dropped the thing. It's okay.
No, because I was afraid it had scolded you.
No, it's okay. It didn't scold me. It's alright. And I ain't gonna yell at you or nothing. You know that. No, you're okay. Calm down. You're alright. I love that you're bringing me something to eat at all. Period.
Okay, well, that's what I did for it. That mic. Okay.
That's okay. You're alright. Oh, you're a sweetheart. You're okay. You're okay. You're a sweetheart. You're okay. Fine. And look, it's all still there too, so nothing got wasted. You're okay. Alright. I am gonna close my door though. I'm sorry. Thank you. Sorry, man. That's really good. That's really, really good. Alright. I think I found a good place to cut it before they so that's alright. That's gonna work out. Where have we gotten to? We had gotten to
Well, you're trying to say there was a plumbing emergency, and I was calling you out on it.
okay, alright. Yeah. Alright, so we're planning emergency. Alright, so then let's see here. We could probably argue the finer points of all that stuff while we're on hole 2. And then let's see how do we get our way into hole 3. I used my fucking notebook as a thing to pick up that food and I lost it.
Hole 3? I've got hole 3 figured out already. It was supposed to be hole 1, but I've got it already lined out.
Oh, was it supposed to be hole 1?
I thought it was, but now it's hole 3, because that's what you want. So here, look, hole 3 goes, this is where you start off this is where you're like trying to finalize the thing. You're like, this is not going to work. It's never worked for you. There's always a reason why. And then you'll say, this isn't going to work out like you think it is. It never does. That's what you say, something like that. You know what I mean?
Alright.
There's always a problem. Lack of witnesses.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
oh,
my dialogue.
you know, like the taco vendor. Oh, like the taco vendor. You know, supposedly there was no taco truck. There was no taco vendor.
Alright.
And not one person is willing to admit they even ate a taco. Then you're like, then you can chuckle or say whatever you want. Then it's your turn, right? Then it's lack of evidence. Oh, I see. You must be returning to that. You must be referring to the box of invoices that was mysteriously shredded while it was at my office by rats.
Right.
Then
So
you do
I'm
your
gonna-
rat spiel, right?
Right. Okay, so let's see here. I'm sorry, I was being distracted in the moment. Hole 3.
Are you kidding me?
Alright. No, I'm not. I got people in my house that are trying to talk to me and serve me food and feeling bad and drinking alcohol and yeah, I'm sorry. Alright. I'm trying to keep my door closed so it's moderated. Alright. I didn't know you played golf. There's a lot of things you don't know. Well, I know another one of your guys is in trouble again.
Right.
We're starting with from there where? I know a lot of your one of your
Then
guys.
we go to the various nefarious locations, right?
Right.
And then that way, then we go into and then hole 1. That's where we talk about various locations, and then somehow we get to 2 vans. We didn't really talk
Right.
about how we got to 2 vans there.
Right.
We
Nope.
just said, okay, the next time we drive, we get 2 vans.
Right. Well,
And then we picked up with 2 vans and started talking about. Then we make the. Then I make the joke about the plumbing emergency.
Right.
And I say he has full lights. He's reckless driving.
Right,
Give me a
right.
break here. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep. We cut out
All
from
right.
there,
And then there's
we go into this.
there's hole 2.
Okay. All right. So now we're recording hole 3, and hole 3 is. Let's see. It's nothing. All this stuff. It's nothing new. My guy's being in trouble. You've tried all this before. I don't think it's a good route for you to be taking this up. Maybe you should just let it go. Here's all these. Like. Just we've done this 11 different times. You've always bipped it in front of the judge. Yeah, that one time. What was it? Where's it at? I wrote it down on the next page after this. I have it specifically written down because I went and cleaned them up. I went and cleaned up my notes after that point.
It's lack of witnesses, lack of evidence, and botched special testimony. Those are the 3 things.
So I'll go into this is really, it's nothing new for you. It's the same old thing. I think you should just kind of leave this alone, stay away from it, let it be. It's just going to turn out like all these other times. Like what happened? Like there was just, like you remember the one time there was this. Right? Okay, and then the one time there was this, all right, well then the one time there was this. It's like, all right, well.
Wait, are you gonna start telling me all the different times, or am I supposed to?
No.
Gonna tell me?
I'm gonna go
You're
on
just gonna
about.
list
I'm gonna
lack
go on
of
about
witnesses?
those in my rant. Yeah. Yeah. In
Oh,
my
so
rant.
you're gonna say those lines?
Right. No.
about
In
the
my
taco truck
in my
or
rant.
anything like
No.
that?
No. You're gonna say those lines. I'm just gonna lead you into them. I'm gonna
Right,
be.
but that's how it works.
Right.
Is you cue me with lack of witnesses, then I say a line. Then you cue me with lack of evidence.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
you get a little thing at the end too, where you either chuckle or whether you say your rat line, right?
Right. Okay.
And then the lapidatrus, you do your leprechaun thing. You
Gotcha.
drop your leprechaun joke.
That's what it is. All right.
You're making fun of me the whole time. I'm pissed off because this keeps happening, and you think it's hilarious. The fucking funny ways you find to fuck me over. You know?
Right. All right.
So you just got to figure out those. You got to drop those golden coins.
So I gotta
when you
work
wanna
into
drop.
my rant. All right. Where's the thing for hole 2?
I'm in front
So
of
we
it.
can let's drive away from the hole. Like this is the whatever they call it, the part that you tee from.
Yeah.
Where's the hole for 2?
This way. I believe.
Right. Watch this. Just pull
Not
up a
sure.
little random hole. I don't know.
This is right here. Here's a
Yeah.
pin. And
Yeah. Let's just pull up to that. Let's just park it on that trail over there, opposite of us. No, to the right. I'm sorry. I forgot you're facing a different way. That one right there. Yeah. Park it facing that way, and we can just roll up on 3. All right. Yeah. So by this time, I've learned that you're really trying this, and
This is the second hole.
yeah. This will be like the second hole we're walking away from, and we'll walk up to the cart and drive on to 3, have our 3 conversation.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about here?
I don't know. I'll
We
filler
just
it
got through
in.
talking about the
I'll
two
filler it in.
bands.
All we got to do is make it from this hole to the number 3 sign. That's it. I
Okay,
can
but then we
filler
have
it all in.
We had more conversation on the way to 3, right? OTW 3.
Right.
And then 3 is pretty much mapped out because that's where it comes to kind of like the head.
Mhm.
I'm pissed off. You think you're fucking funny.
Right.
The last thing you should say to me should be something of this is your last chance to leave it alone. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And then I'm convinced because you're here. That's why I shouldn't.
Well, that'll be the last few holes, right? So we'll have a
Last
hole.
few holes. We're doing 3 holes.
Right.
That's all we're filming. That's all I'm filming. I can't do 5, 6, 7 holes of this. I'm sorry, bro. I can't commit that much time.
Let's film 9 holes.
No.
You know what?
I'll give you 3
I
holes,
think we should
bro.
make this a 3-day affair, and we can film like 32 holes.
No, I don't think
on,
I can
man.
commit that much.
Let's go for the
No,
goose
bro.
egg.
I'm
Let's- Why stop at 32 holes? Let's make it 50 holes. No, get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Come on.
Make it seem like work.
Get the hell over here.
So,
All right.
so we left off. I mean, the last thing we left off to is on the way to hole 2, right? We're talking about the last thing that we talked about was it's bullshit that it. I think you're full of shit that he's.
My guy
just
has to
escorting
use
some
lights and
plumbers.
sirens.
Yeah, no, he does. I mean, that's the thing. It's bullshit. He's obviously escorting some nefarious stuff here. There's no way he's just getting some plumbers to an emergency toilet situation, using his lights and impeding traffic and showing preference to these 2 trucks. Why such preferential treatment to a plumber?
Right. Well, if that's something you want to look into on the stand, then I guess you can go ahead and feel free to ask those questions. I don't know. Maybe my guy will tell you something on the stand if you can even get him on the stand. I don't think that's something that's going to be uncovered is why he was doing exactly what he was doing. Like, I think that's probably already, like being paid attention to somewhere. All I'm saying is, it's just not a good idea for you. It's just not a good idea. You pursue what you want to. You go make the deals with my sister, do whatever you want to. You do what you want, You're gonna do you. And I'm afraid you're getting kind of desperate over here. That's all. I'm just afraid you're getting desperate. You coming to this next hole with me or not? It's over there shaking his head. Bad vibes on the hole. Look, man, this has always happened to be turned out, one way for you. You're always pursuing my guys. Like, we're always just only doing the same shit, like, there's nothing new here. There's really nothing new. I don't know what you think is so fucking new that you got some kind of compelling deal.
It's a dirty cop. There's lots of interest.
What's
in this
dirty?
case
Because he goes
by
to
the
a
press.
fucking warehouse? What's dirty? Because he goes to a warehouse? Come on, get your clubs out. Let's get your clubs out.
Traffic drugs.
Get your clubs out.
marijuana.
Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Look. It's only a little bit matter of time before we tie you to that house anyway.
And cut. All right, so that'll get us into the whole what's new deal. No.
Well,
Tell me
yeah,
what's new.
that's,
Tell me what's different,
that's on
and
the
then
way.
I can rant and rave.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to piss you off just a little bit so you can get ranted, but I got to figure out how to do that without giving away too much. So, what line do you think I should say to you to get you, saying every time it's the fucking same? You fucking come up, you fucking take your shot, you fucking, however you want to do that, but you're gonna be a little pissed at me, right? And that's gonna make me even more pissed because then I'm gonna start calling you out for all the times you cheated, and
I know
that's
what you
gonna
can
make
do.
you laugh.
I know what you can say.
What's that?
It's always been a little bit of muscle in the past, but this time it's your right-hand guy.
Ah, got it.
Right?
Good.
Like, this time it's hitting close to home, and that's the only reason you're here. Right?
Right. Perfect.
Thank you, baby. That's good.
It's always been a little muscle.
It's always just been the little
This
muscle
time.
guys, little influencers, little
Yeah.
pushers. But this time, it's the top of your triangle, asshole.
This time. It's your right
Like
hand.
there ain't no bigger fish to fry. Except the guy you're looking at, the guy you're playing golf with. You don't want to fry me. I'm
Should I
dangerous.
allude to try to flip him? Should I play a right hand, left hand thing? This time it's your right hand. And maybe this time the left hand doesn't know what it's doing.
Ooh. Yeah, man. Put a little play on words in there. Yeah. Do that. Oh, this is 3. The hole we were at was the 3 hole, but that's okay. It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll make that all make.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
All right. Keep it on
Okay,
the
so
thing
then you go on your thing. You say every time. Yeah, you say every time I say that to you, and then you go.
From hole 3 to hole 4.
That's when you can even handle this kind of cold too if you wanted, like not really showing an emotion, which is just as scary as like somebody getting angry. You know what I mean? If done correctly, you could play it like you could do like the fucking level. This is not gonna end the way you think it is. It never does.
Right.
You know, there's always something. Lack of evidence. And then I go blah 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 blah. Wine.
Let's have this back and forth. So let me do my rant on hole 3.
Okay.
And then we'll have a back and forth on the way to hole 4. Play hole
Nope,
4.
3. 3 is where it ends. That's the deal. No hole
What?
4.
You only want to
heard
shoot
me.
one
No
hole of
4,
golf?
I'm doing 3. We're doing 3 holes of golf.
I'm confused.
We're shooting 3 holes of golf, and on your way.
I
So
thought
there's only 2. There's on the way to 1, which is the opening.
right, but
right?
we're not gonna
We do
we're
hole
not gonna
1.
we're not
We're
gonna
talking
film
hole
hole.
1.
Yeah, but we're not gonna film hole 1. We're just these are in between cuts, right? So these
Okay,
are the
maybe
things that
this is where we're differentiating here. I'm not talking about the number of the hole. I'm talking about how many holes we're going to shoot.
so far this
It
is the
doesn't
only
matter
hole
if
that
it's
we're
8,
shooting.
9, 10, or 5, 3, 2, or whatever. I'm just saying there's 3 holes that we're going to be conversing in
Right.
on the way.
So
3 holes.
our first conversation over there
Right.
was
It's on to-
we go on to play our golf game. Now no one plays
Right.
just 3 holes of a golf game, so we got to make it look like we played a pretty decent amount of golf here. But you're not trying to film all that golf hole playing, so we're going to cut out all the golf playing. So we have our conversation up to hole 1. We have a conversation that leads into what would be some conversation, but we don't film the conversation because we're not filming hole 1 through 9. So I'm going to cut right there and carry on with the conversation going from, we're going to pull up to hole 1, it's going to cut scene, transform, there's going to be the thing, and then it'll be us leaving hole 1 going to hole 2, having that bit of conversation, and then us leaving hole 2 coming to hole 3. We'll have some conversation here, I'll rant. See, the first part is already filmed. We're already finished with the first quarter of the video. Alright, so then we'll get to hole 3, we'll have my rant. We'll leave hole 3. I'll still be kind of ranting a little bit or whatever, and we'll have our back and forth. We'll have our back and forth on our way to hole 4, leaving hole 4, on our way to hole 5, or on our way to hole 4. While we're on hole 4, we'll record some back and forth. And then leaving hole 4, I'll end my back and forth. Going into hole 5, you'll have your rant, and then we'll finish it on hole 5 or leaving hole 5. Right, so we're only filming a couple of holes and we're having conversation throughout the entire thing. So up until this point, it'll look like we drove up to hole 1. We played our golf at hole 1, but we just omitted that part of our conversation. We continued driving. We omitted hole 2. We're actually showing people the golfing content at hole 3, 4, and 5, and then the video ends. So we skipped out the fountain talk. We skipped out, hey, didn't know you play golf down at the fountain, and we traded that in for on the way to hole 1.
Right, getting into the golf carts.
Right.
Right.
Now
So that's the intro.
we had some kind of conversation at the hole 1 discussing the first part of the video, and we skipped on the whole, tell me what's new, what's different. Oh, this is a bigger guy, until we got to this hole, so that we can have something to talk about here, so that I could get going on my rant. Right. So now we're at the point where I can get going on my rant. We're gonna have this back and forth about the 3 people, and then we'll close it out with your rant on hole 5. That's kind of what I was thinking right here.
What kind of... just don't. Because I've got on the way to hole 1, right? And I got at one of the holes. We're gonna talk. So that means we're going to talk about the two vans right after we talk about.
We're done talking about the two vans. We're not going back anymore.
No,
Like
no, I'm talking about
we've already
from the
recorded.
beginning. From the beginning.
Yeah. So we'll.
So we're talking about the two vans,
We're
right?
picking up in conversation where the audience hears just like, oh, now they're talking about the two vans, right? Like we've gone through hole 1, we've had conversation up until hole 1, but they don't get to see the conversation that we have on hole 1 because we're not recording hole. We're not recording hole 1. So there's like phantom
Second
conversation
hole.
there. We got through this hole. We would have
This is
had
really the first hole, isn't it?
right. Yeah, if you want to put it that way, yeah. This is your hole number 1.
This is the first hole.
Right.
Okay. So then on the way from the first hole,
We talked about
the riding is
like note that we haven't talked about any of the 3 things that we said we were going to talk about. We've just been filling in time here until we get to the actual script. Right. So we
what
would
3
have
things are you talking about?
the Pitbull and the taco truck, E-Man and the missing files and Kit Kat and the butterfly stuff. Like we still have yet to talk about that stuff, and that's how we're going to fill in our
That
time.
happens on the so the first hole we talk about the two vans, and the way to the second hole we're talking about, or on the way to the second time we shoot, let's put it that way.
Right.
This hole 1, hole 7, hole 8
Uh-huh.
stuff is starting to confuse the issue.
No,
So
that's
the
all
second hole
sold.
that we're going to. The second hole we're going to is going to be where we're going to talk about. He's merely escort. Those are plumbing trucks, right?
Right.
That's that conversation, right?
Right, yeah, and that's
Okay.
all sold conversation at this point. We don't have
Right.
to go back to any of it. That's all sold and recorded and done. So now we're pulling up to hole 3, and we get into this. Like I don't feel like this is something you should be doing, man. And I'm just starting to get aggravated at this point. Like you really just need to leave this alone. There's nothing new here.
But I have to say the line. It's always been. Then you start off into this, and then we do our back and forth, and say, I don't see where my other rant's going to happen.
Your other
That's
rant
what I
is,
see. My
your
rant
other,
is here. Is on hole 3.
No, your rant is the end of the video. It's like you have your rant. I make one more shot, or try to in there if I get the opportunity to make one more shot after your rant, and then it's said and done. Right? So I just led up to my rant. We're gonna go play 3, 4, and 5 on the golf course. I'm gonna have my rant there, right? I'll close out my rant, and it will be you bringing up, that thing about the taco truck, right? We'll be driving. You'll be talking about the taco truck on the way to hole 4, right? When we get onto hole 4, I'll be finishing up talk about the taco truck.
Then what's happening on hole 3?
Me going into my rant. Me going into, I think this
You're
is...
going to rant for hole 3.
Right.
And then we're going to do the back and forth of you giving the cue back of witnesses.
Right. We're splitting
Then
it
I
up.
say blah,
We're
blah,
splitting
blah,
it up
blah.
on the drive. Right. We're splitting it up on the drive from the end of this hole. Right. So I'm going to rant for this hole. You're going to start back and forthing me when we get done playing the 3rd hole. You're going to start back and forthing me. Right. Right now, we'll go shoot that back and forth. Right. So right now, we'll go shoot the end of the 3rd hole. It'll be the back and forth. You'll be like, oh well, this like the whole taco truck thing was and we'll kind of back and forth about the taco truck for a minute. We'll do that route. We'll finish up the back and forth on hole 4. Right. Then you'll have all of hole 5 to do your rant unfettered. maybe I'll mock you a little bit in between here and there, and then at the end of your rant, you'll you know, tell me what's really gonna piss me off, or however it is you're gonna do it. And I'll just tell you, look, there's no fucking deal. I don't, you know, like, there's not only is there not a fucking deal, but this thing isn't going anywhere. And then I'll just walk off. And that'll be that part of our golfing episode. So we'll end hole 3 with the taco truck part. And you'll just have to drive to hole 4. Hang on. Thank you. Hey, if you want one of these to smoke, they're rather mild. Okay. So I will have ranted, and I'll be at the end, kind of, and you'll be kind of mocking me, just like the same way I'm going to end up mocking you. Just fill in with whatever kind of. You're obviously frustrated and angry with me at this point, and here I am ranting. All right. So the end of my rant. Let's see. Say my rant on the course. I'll start with my rant on the course, and then we'll kind of make our way over at the back end of my rant. Alright, so let's see here.
Go over. Are we going to drive?
Yeah, we'll be driving to the end of it. We'll be walking as we start the back and forth. So yeah, that'll be alright, just right there or something. Loud up the struggle. And however I go into the beginning of it, I'll gone into the beginning of it, and oh, well, that's none of that's anything new, yada yada yada. It's all been the same. It's going to turn out the same way it always has. You know, there was this one time that, you know, it's something about a taco truck in one of the nicest parts of town. And what did I say about that one though? What was I? What did I actually say about that? How do I lead you into a taco truck?
I
Was
mean,
it missing?
pretty much just like say.
This one's missing evidence.
The end of your rant was.
This one's missing evidence.
saying-
This one's people, professional
Yeah,
witnesses.
the end of your rant is like going.
So there's
This isn't going to work out the way you think. It never does. There's always some kind of problem. Like lack of evidence, lack of witnesses, whichever one you want to start first.
Right.
Witnesses, evidence, or botched special testimony. You just need to insert your cue, and then I'll fucking go with the what the fuck happened.
So this last part, then I'll insert the cues. I'll make it the last 2 cues, and then we'll be spawning away from a black scene out of this hole and into the next. So I'll try to put the first cue before the black screen, and then we'll cue out into right here, like right here, right now when I say action. I'll give you these last 2 cues. We'll walk into the golf cart, and then you can start with the back and forth rebuttal, right? And we can make fun of Pitbull, E-Man, and Kit Kat for a little bit. All right. So, all right. And then there was missing evidence, and there was like professional witnesses. Professional witnesses didn't even show up. I mean, there's all these different things, and it always goes wrong, man. It always goes wrong.
Cut. That's not back and forth.
Oh, we're getting ready to have the back and forth.
No, but you're listing it all out, and it's not like.
Oh, okay.
Like,
you want me to do that one thing at a time?
You gotta say the fucking line, bro. It's like
Right.
this, you know, or something close to this is not going to work like you think. It never does. There's always some kind of issue. Blah, blah, blah. Then I say the story, and then you go, well, what about blah, blah, blah? Then I say the story, and you're like, well, what about blah, blah, blah? You know what I mean?
All right.
That's
Yeah.
how the back and forth works. You can't just like say all 3 reasons and then leave me to talk for 10 minutes.
Well, I kind of figured I'd, cut in there, kind of interrupt
Right,
you.
well,
We could talk about the
I
same
get
thing for a
it.
little bit, you know. But it's alright.
But I mean, it's not like structured out. You know what I'm saying?
We can run it that way. We can run it that way. Get back over here.
Well, I don't. I mean, you're. Give me a
Get
second.
over
I need
here.
to hit something.
Yeah, you gotta hit something. Calm down. Get your fucking character ass over here with your flat hat and your weird fucking glasses. Are you even wearing glasses? Oh! I just assaulted the DA.
Okay, I hit something.
I assaulted you while you were gone.
Yeah, probably.
I hit you dead in the chest. It was pretty funny.
All right, so we're walking this way.
Yeah, let's finish this up
Just
over
because
here.
they're saying their thing.
Come on,
So,
we just got off the golf.
so are you? You say this.
Alright,
on
so
the
I've
way-
been ranting and raving for a little bit. I've been going on about how unnecessary all this is, how it's gonna hurt your fucking reputation, yada yada yada. You know, and all these different things I've told you, you're forgetting about the time fucking the evidence went missing. You know, just, well, no. What is that gonna be though? It's not. How should I refer
It
to?
doesn't have to
How should I?
matter. It doesn't
How
have-
should I break into the reference with the taco truck?
Just say that there's always problems and list out the different problems, and I'm the one who goes into the specifics.
But I don't want to specifically say taco truck. I want you to be. The
I know
one.
you don't. That's why you say lack of witnesses.
Lack of witnesses.
And that
That's
key,
what that one.
lack of witnesses, lack of evidence,
Right. This one's
botched
evidence.
special testimony.
That
Those
one's
are your
special
keywords.
testimony. Lack of witnesses. All right, get back over here.
In any order you want.
Get back over here. I'm
It'll
sorry.
work, I promise.
In any order? Well, I'm just gonna take it with the order I have.
Doesn't matter. Any order you want, because I've got all three responses.
All right.
It might take me a second if I can make it right, but it'll
Yeah.
be good.
No big deal.
All right.
Alright. Cool. And so all this time I've been telling you about how it's not worth it, that you shouldn't take the case, it's going to burn your reputation, it's all this, and not to mention, every time you run on these cases, something dumb happens. Like, for instance, just lack of witnesses. Always. You always have a lack of witnesses. Every time I get to the
You're
stand,
talking about Pitbull and the
every time I go into the
taco
courtroom,
truck.
there's never a witness.
Yeah, you know what-
That's a perfect example. Yeah, like Pitbull in the taco truck. Yeah.
That taco vendor never existed apparently, because the taco truck never existed. In fact, no one in the entire neighborhood had even had one of those tacos by the time I got through talking to them.
Who in Vinewood needs a taco truck when they can DoorDash their most expensive orders they've ever DoorDashed ever in the history? And you know what? How about missing files? Right? You always come to court and you're like, oh, I thought I had this in my briefcase. Oh, I thought my paralegal I was gonna have this one ready. You know, I thought this, but that never fucking happens, does it? And cut. Now we'll do the last one. Playing the actual round of golf. We'll cut into it.
All right, so I need to start off with.
Yeah, so you'll start off with, well, you're talking about the missing, when the rats ate my And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll go back and forth about that while we're playing golf, and that'll be on the fourth hole.
And
So,
that'll be the two. So then that's
right.
E-Man and Kit Kat in the same hole.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll go back and forth about that for a little bit.
Okay, 'cause that'll be good because you can make your rat jokes, and then you can also make the joke about the leprechaun.
Yeah, I'll have lots of time to do that. And then you'll be fucking tired of me by the time we get to hole 5. Alright, so hole 4. Let's see, where's the stupid thing for hole 4?
You know what would be a good way? You could just leave me on the golf course to think about it.
Yeah, yeah, that could be actually. That's really,
You take the rest of these holes to think about it.
yeah, that's a really decent idea, actually. Alright, I think the next one is all the way down here where I'm at. Like, this is the... At least I hope so anyways. Alright, so here we'll be talking about... Let's see. I'll have just ended up with the leprechaun joke and all that. There might be a little bit of buffer.
Oh shit!
Uh-oh. Well, there goes our golf cart. Maybe we can walk the whole 6 or 5. So maybe there'll be a little bit of buffer. I'll try to get it timed up where I'm talking about whatever, and we're making the leprechaun joke right at the end of this hole. So then we can walk up into it and we can finish talking about, or no, what is it? This is hole 4. We're gonna take hole 4 and talk about the end of E-Man stuff and Kit Kat. And then coming up out of here, maybe this is where I start to become insulting of you. I don't know. Because I got to get you to the point where you want to rant and rave now. Like you're just not hearing what I'm saying. You know? Like I'm telling you, like save your fucking reputation. Maybe I should just reiterate it, but I should be a little bit mean about why I'm here while we're walking to the golf cart. And then, you know, you can kind of get angry with me and get crossed right back. You know, I'll tell you that I'm the mastermind around here. I'm the guy that has all the playing cards. I'm the person that has the money. You need to do what you're told. And then we'll get into hole 5 and that'll be the rant. Oh, who's that schmuck? Is that Aaron? Yep.
I didn't know you could parachute into somebody's golf game. That's awesome.
We're just on course though. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's just gonna parachute and walk out. That's funny.
That is kind of funny. Alright, so I have at this point finished up and I am doubling down on the reason why I'm here as we walk to the golf cart. And we go into your rant. Do you have in your notes where or why you start ranting or how it is you begin your rant? Do you have anything about that in your notes?
No, because we were ending at the leprechaun thing. We already covered it's always been, my closing line is it's always been the little muscle. My
Right.
right hand. Maybe
Right.
my left hand.
That pisses me off enough to make me want to just leave early.
Maybe
Like, you should
leave.
just take this and think about it.
Just smile.
Where's hole 5?
Something like that. See, my nuts are all fucked up because we skipped around so much. having to generate new material every time that we sit down to finalize.
We're almost done with the actual video, though. I swear to God. Oh, hole 5 is just
So I got it. So I'll lay it out.
hole 5 is just a simple walk over. So we can just walk over. We don't even need the golf cart.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry about the golf cart.
No, it's alright. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Hole 5 is that sign right over there. Alright.
Alright, so you just made a leprechaun joke? Is that what happened?
Yeah, and I think I've led out of the last 2 holes, so you should probably lead out on this one.
Okay.
So yeah, me and my silly leprechaun joke. Maybe I'm not taking this seriously. I don't know how you want to start out, but the fucking leprechaun guy. That was funny.
There's only so many times you're gonna get lucky. You've been getting lucky so very often lately. This is what I think.
You think this is luck?
It's absolutely lucky you're able to pull this off every single time. This is the time your luck runs out.
Let me tell you something,
This
man.
time it matters.
Luck really gets expensive, you know? I mean, I'm talking the kind of expenses that you don't seem to make, you know? Like, what are you paying for over here? A game of golf? You need me to pay for this for you? It's got nothing to do with luck. This is about who's the big fish in the pond right now. And right now, listen to me. Right now, I'm the big fish in the pond.
You know, I think I got something here. Because if you're gonna personally come down here and try to stave me off this case, I think that all the times
Hey, look,
before
this here's a
it's
look. Hey,
little
look, this here's a
fish.
par 4. This here's a par
Okay,
4
look,
right here.
I
Look,
need-
look. This here's a. Oh shit. Oh, I don't think we're supposed to do that. He is running. Damn.
Okay. Can't get my lines out.
Oh shit. Sorry, go ahead. Where was I at before I ruined your line? Was it the look guy?
Over here, trying to say things.
Okay. I'm trying to put you on so mad that you go into the 5th hole with your rant. I just don't want your rant to start too soon right now.
This is what I think. I think you might actually be worried. Why would you come down here? Why would you try to do this yourself, personally? I think it's because I don't have a small little fish on the hook right now. I have a big fish on the hook. I've got one of the biggest fish on the hook. I kind of think he might be a little more important than you let off to be. Your right hand, I bet. And right now, I don't think the left hand knows what the right hand's done. So, I really consider, I don't know, circling the wagons or something. That was awful.
It wasn't awful. It was quiet. It was really quiet.
I'm trying to like be pissy, but not like
Yeah.
yelling at the same time. Like you hear maybe too, it's like that.
No, you should just
slow boil.
Just get the microphone right up in your yarls as you're going on about it. But I really want you to save the long part for the golf hole.
Okay, well then we're walking too far, and I don't have that much material.
All right.
So
So
if
that
you want
was
me to cut this up,
that was me
then-
cut. That was me cutting you off, interrupting you, just trying to put in some filler before we get to the meat of your speech.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah. So you'll lead out. We'll kind of guff around, and when we get in the hole, we'll start. He's running. He's running away from me. Good right here.
I think this matters. I don't think you'd come all the way down here personally if it didn't matter.
It matters to me that you don't do something stupid to ruin your reputation or get desperate some way.
Well, I think somebody's already done something stupid to ruin your reputation.
Well, I mean, my guys do stupid
I
things.
think I got him in the cell right over there.
My guys do stupid things all the time, but you have a voting season coming up, you know? Look, I'm just trying to be a nice guy and do you a favor, all right? But if you don't want my help, well, that's fine. You know what? I've told you several times. You and my sister can have to stand and do what you got to do professionally. That's not me. I just want you to drop it, man. Maybe I'm trying to do you a favor. And cut. Now, if you want to beef up your speech a little bit, we'll go into the fifth hole. You'll get your speech, and then that'll be the end of the video. As soon as I sink the hole on the fifth hole, that'll be that. So then we have 3 specific things to talk about. Hole 3, hole 4, and hole 5. And as long as you can keep me remembering this 3 specific things in hole 3, hole 4, and hole 5, we got this in the bag. So hole 3 is my rant. Hole 4 is E-Man and Kit Kat. And I've already given the first example as part of the thing. And then hole 5 is your rant. And then we close out.
First hole, we have to talk about the vans a little bit.
Right, we open up, yeah. Well, alright, we lead into the conversation of going away from hole 1. So we start the conversation about the vans, leaving hole 1 and going into hole 2. Alright. Or we can go back and check out the broadcast real fast and see what exactly those conversations were. So we're gonna get ready to go shoot hole 3 here in just a second. Hole 4, hole 5. Live. Behind the scenes. Outside of a deal or whatever, you know, my sister want to work out. I don't think this is something that you guys should be moving on with.
Look, I got your guy. Escorting me tractors to various different...
My big fan. You just said that I still... So you just said, huh, I think I got, you know, that, and like, so we're gonna talk about that.
Various locations.
And I'll be like, you think you have what? No, this and that. We'll get through golf cart. I need to go to the beginning of hole 3, right? It's hole 2. That's okay. Mhm. Oh shit, my bad. Didn't mean to hit you there, Tide.
It's fine.
There's so much dialogue between the two of us here.
So we're talking about the two vans. Yeah, if you want to put it that way, yeah. This is your hole number one. Yes. Okay. So then on the way from the first hole. From the hole. So we skipped out. We skipped out.
I can just get to the part where we were driving up to the hole, I could tell you.
Right. No.
Oh, you want the marijuana one?
No. What the fuck is this?
Like tobacco? There it goes.
It's a dirty cop. There's lots of interest. What's dirty? Because he goes to a fucking warehouse? What's dirty? Because he goes to a warehouse?
This is the beginning of hole 3.
Let's get your clubs out. Traffic trucks. Get your clubs out. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Look, this is the second hole?
It's going into hole 3.
How many? But we're skipping the first one. We're skipping the first hole, right?
Yeah, we're not
So
recording
the first
holes
hole
1 and
that
2.
we go on to is hole 2 of the course.
No. You see hole for sign 1 or sign for hole 1 and sign for hole 2, but you don't see any golf playing until hole 3.
Hole 3 is the first hole.
Right. And this conversation is what's on the way. Let me turn it up all the way so you can hear the conversation on the way to hole 3 from the end of hole 2. This is what we have.
Bad vibes on the hole. Look, man, this has always happened to me. Turned out, one way for you. You're always pursuing my guys. Like we're always just only doing the same shit. Like there's nothing new here. There's really nothing new. I don't know what you think is so fucking new. That you got some kind of compelling deal. It's a dirty cop. There's lots of interest. What's dirty? Because he goes to a fucking warehouse? What's dirty? Because he goes to a warehouse? Come on. Get your clubs out. Let's get your clubs out. Traffic trucks. Get your clubs out. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Look, it's only a little bit matter of time before we tie you to that house. And cut. Alright, so that'll get it.
Alright, so that's leading into hole 3. So when we start up the game and we start on hole 3...
This pisses you off, right?
Right, and I start ranting. Yeah.
Okay, so hole 3 starts with your rant, which is the first hole we're going to shoot on.
Right.
Look, it's only a little bit matter of time before we tie you to that house.
The house. The warehouse?
Yep.
Yeah, alright. Only a matter of time before I get tied to the warehouse. Now all we have to do is work on the golf scenes. And it's all bright light from here on out, buddy. Let's do it.
We got 3. How many holes are we shooting?
Just 3, 4, and 5.
So 3 holes.
Right. So
This
it'll
is
be...
the first hole we're shooting at, which is hole 3.
Right. And that'll be my rant. And then the second hole, I believe, is... I'm gonna mention E-Man and cut you off before you get to your last point about it or something. we'll go back and review the footage just like we just now did.
No, we
So
just
that-
talked about Pitbull.
Right, but then we'll go into that talking, about Pitbull and Kit Kat.
And then you should be saying lack of that was lack of witnesses. You need lack of evidence.
Right.
You know, lack of evidence. Ba 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 ba. You know, and maybe on a different shot. You know, cut to a different shot.
Hold on, let's map
You
this
know,
out
you
for
shoot-
a
I
minute
say-
because we
I
can't
say
pause
something.
inside the golf game. I just thought about that, so I should
That's just
probably
on
know
the
exactly
turns. You just
where I
it just
want to.
starts on your turn while you're sitting there getting ready. Just talking your turn.
Yeah, no, but I need to know like my lead-in points, like just there. Like I can start the golfing game by saying, "Well, like tie me to the warehouse," and then get all like you can respond in whatever way, and then I can just be like, "For fuck's sake, man," and I can go on my rant,
Okay.
right? And then let's see how I'm
So
ending.
you're gonna say what? Tie me to the warehouse?
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna start this. Is what tie me to the warehouse, because you're like, oh, eventually we're gonna get you tied up to the warehouse, and and that's probably a good lead-in for a video in the future too. So tie me to the warehouse. Lead in on golf 3. And then the exit for golf 3. Like, oh, eventually we're gonna get you tied up to the warehouse. And that's probably a good lead-in for a video in the future too. So tie me to the warehouse. Oh shit, that took me all the way back to fucking. Damn. That'll be when I ran on the second hole.
I can't do 5, 6, 7 holes.
So over here trying to lighten you up. Really.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
nah,
dude,
fuck
you were
you.
telling me. I'm thinking. So this is the thing. This is the first hole we're doing. It just happens to be hole 3. And in my fucking head, it's just It's the first hole. The second hole. You're talking about doing 5, 6, 7 holes. I'm thinking, do you want to do fucking a dialogue for 7 fucking holes of golf? And I'm like, no. Do you see where I'm going?
Yeah. Oh no, that
Where
would
the
be
disconnect was.
Yeah, no, that would be
That.
quite a task. To
No
ask
shit.
somebody just playing a game, like.
Right?
I
Holy
get
fucking
you.
shit,
I
dude.
get you.
We're writing a fucking writing a novella here. Tie you to the warehouse, and you gotta that's your big rant, bro. You gotta fill some space there, man. Pretty much this whole thing, you're gonna be talking shit to me. So what is it? Yeah, alright. Whatever. I don't like not being able to grab my stuff down and talk it out. This off the cuff stuff is kind of tough, man.
Yeah. Right. We'll get it all cleared up and get a nice process going by the time I get to the 10th video over here. Sounds like we're going through some specifics here. We're both in the golf cart now. That's progress. We're leaving hole 3. What are we saying?
Maybe your controller. Don't forget to jump in the first goal part.
Okay, this is on the way to hole 4.
They're rather mild.
after hole 3, on the way to hole 4.
Okay. So I will have ranted, and I'll be at the end, kind of. You'll be kind of mocking me, just like the same way I'm going to end up mocking you. Just fill in with whatever kind of. You're obviously frustrated and angry with me at this point, and here I am ranting. Right. So the end of my rant. Let's see. Say my rant on the course. I'll start with my rant on the course.
Oh, for Christ, get back in the fucking golf cart, guy.
However, I go into the beginning of it, I'll gone into the beginning of it. You know, there was. What's missing is so out of this hole and into the next. So I'll try to put the first cue before the black screen, and then we'll cue out into right here, like right here, right now. When I say action, I'll give you these last 2 cues. We'll walk into the golf cart, and then you can start with the back and forth. Right? Can we get made fun of? Dead boy, and kick it out. Alright.
But I only end up giving you 1 cue.
Right. Give me the first cue.
And then there was missing evidence, and there was like professional.
Okay, so I started out with, and there was missing evidence, there was professional.
so
Oh wait, but
right.
then I list them, and then.
Witnesses didn't even show
Alright,
up,
so
but
I
we're
need to
getting
go a
ready
little
to
bit
have
more
the
here.
You know, or something close to this is not going to say the story, and you're like fooling them up.
Still walking circles.
You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. Alright, here we go. Here we go.
Well, I don't. I mean, you're right. Give me a second. I didn't hit something.
Oh, rainbow smoke. Alright, I got you. Good hit there. Assaulted the district attorney on the golf course.
So we're walking this way.
Raving for a little bit.
There we go.
Going on about how unnecessary all this is, how it's gonna hurt your fucking reputation. You know, and all these different things I've told you, you're forgetting about the time fucking the evidence went missing. You know, just.
So we start with the evidence going missing there. So I saved the 3 cues for the holes in between. So I don't work all the way up to I just end my rant straight and go into the 3 cues. So end of rant into 3 cues.
And you did evidence.
Right, and I start off with the missing witnesses. Missing witnesses. The whole neighborhood of people. And then we have everything filmed from there up
So what's the
until-
last thing you say before we? What's the last thing you say before we go into the hole 4?
Let's see here. 1 is link me to the warehouse. That's hole 3. Leaving hole 3 is the end of my rant. First thing going into hole 4 is phone just no. Okay, so we're rolling up to hole 4.
You know, just. What is that going to be? It's not. How should I refer to it? How should I break into the reference with the taco truck?
No, you don't. That's what.
In any order? Mention every time you run on these cases, something dumb happens. Like, for instance, the lack of witnesses. Always. You always have a lack of witnesses. Every time I go.
You're talking about pulling the.
Every time I go into the
taco truck.
there's never a witness.
Yeah.
what? That's a perfect example. Yeah, like Temple and the taco truck. Yeah.
That taco vendor never existed there. Yes, the taco truck never existed. No one
That's fucking great.
had one of those tacos by the time I got to talk.
Who in Vinewood needs a taco truck when they can DoorDash their most expensive orders they've ever DoorDashed ever in the history? And you know what? How about missing files? Right? You always come to court and you're like, oh, I thought I had this in my briefcase.
Okay, we're pulling up the whole
I
Ford.
thought my paralegal was gonna have this one ready. You know, I thought this, but
Getting out of the cart.
that never fucking happens, does it? And cut.
Alright, so into hole 4, you're going on about the missing witnesses, and you start mentioning something about, well, or missing documents, missing stuff, like I think we talked about, right? And you said, well, for some reason this doesn't exist. And I was like, well, yeah, because people don't need taco trucks up there.
Missing files.
Right, so we're pulling up to number 4 at this point.
Oh, I thought my paralegal was gonna have this one ready. I thought this, but that never fucking happens, does it?
Your response to that. This is the beginning of hole 4.
Got it.
So let's see, it'll be hole 4. Starts out with, baby, no. Dot tags a response to missing documents and evidence. Okay, and then we'll talk about, we can open up on hole 4 with that, and then we'll very slowly transition. We'll kind of have a back and forth maybe, and very slowly transition into Kit Kat. And then our slow transition into Kit Kat.
Now we'll do the lap.
Let's see how the next hole ends up here.
So that cue is something along the lines of bot special testimony.
Right.
So special testimony, whatever you want to say, botched or fumbled. Fumbled is good. That's a good word to insult. Probably do pretty good with that accent. Fumbled. You fumbled your special testimonies. Now it's getting personal. You're attacking my execution. Right?
On here.
So that adds to the me pissy.
No, I'm sorry. I'm doing something very elaborate right here, and I need to be able to concentrate on this. All right, sorry. You were saying, Black Tide?
Special testimony is the key word. And you gotta maybe fumbled. Be good in front of that.
For leaving hole 4.
No, on for the Kit Kat.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The Kit Kat
You gotta say that in there somewhere.
Special testimony is my keyword.
After I go off about E-Man and the files, right?
Right.
Then you get to make a rat joke,
Right.
right? About like you don't have a rat problem, or you can help me with my rat problem, whatever,
Right. And
Rat joke.
that's your quiet
And then you mention
quiet exit. So I'm like, all right, well maybe we'll let's talk about
and you should probably add
special testimony and people not showing up.
Right,
Yeah.
testimonies. And that's where I go. Oh, you're talking about the Lepidopterus that retired 2 hours before he was about to identify Identifying endangered species.
Right. I'll be like, what, you mean the guy that went on vacation?
Tired.
Get back over here.
In any order you want.
Get back over
That's the
here. Should take the case. This is
3.
every time I DoorDash last one with we'll be talking about the missing golf.
Going into hole 4.
So we'll go back and forth.
Huh?
Alright, so
You know what would be a good way? You could just meet me on the golf course. Think about it.
good, actually. And all that. There might be a little bit of buffer.
Oh shit!
Oh, so here we'll be talking.
Hey, I killed the golf cart there.
Yep.
Fucking. That's a pro move right there. I can teach you that.
So here we'll be
Gonna
talking
fuck up an
about-
entire scene.
Let's see. Leprechaun joke.
Identify
Oh shit!
an endangered.
Alright, so at 4, I end with the leprechaun joke.
Yes.
Okay, so 4, end with.
There it is.
Leprechaun joke.
The Lepidopterus that retired 2 hours before his testimony would have 2 hours before his testimony would identify an endangered species she had as a pet.
Right.
Cat has a pet endangered butterfly. She takes very good care of it though, so it's okay.
So I'll have to special testimony, professional witnesses and all that, like the very end of the hole, like right as whoever's making the last little deal. And then the leprechaun joke pisses you off so much. Entire hole 5.
Maybe this is where it starts becoming something.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm double. Take this.
What's the last thing they said on the way to hole 5?
We're almost done with it. I've let out of the last 2 holes that kind of trying to put you on so mad that you go into the 5th hole with a rant.
Sounds interrupting you.
I just don't want your rant to start too soon right now.
This is what I think. I think it's because I don't have a small fish. Big fish. One of the biggest fish. I think he might be.
Oh, that's the rant there. That's terrible.
Shit. And right now, I don't think he's on the edge. He's right in the dome. It's just. I really consider.
This might be before I told
Terrible.
you
I
to
don't
speak
like that.
up.
I'm like, yeah, that should be the rant. That's your hole 5.
It'll be before.
Something different for on the way.
Okay, we'll go back and shoot it in a second. You just said that was awful.
Oh, did I? As I
Yeah.
said, it was awful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awful. I agree with myself.
Just get the microphone out of your finger. You're all actually going on a bit.
Alright, we're gonna start it over, it looks like.
So that was me cutting you off and interrupting you, just trying to put in some filler before we get to the
First, you need to walk on the way to hole 5. So I'm kind of over here already. I'll walk this way.
So you'll lead out, kind of goof around.
Did you get a new golf cart?
Hang on, let's see how it ends up.
Learn away from
Hold on. Let's see how it ends up, because we went back and redid it, it looks like.
sometimes you and my sister can have to stand and do what you gotta do professionally. That's not me. I just want you to drop it, man. Maybe I'm trying to do you a favor.
And I walk away. Alright, maybe. Alright, so hole 5 is you start your rant. Now, you're kind of offended because I was just like, I'm just trying to do you a favor. Like, I don't need no fucking favors from a goddamn crime syndicate. You know? So hole 5 kind of needs to open up on that field. You get your time to go on, have your fucking rant, be a jerk. I'm going to turn your volume down in the party for this so that you don't echo so much. And I think we can shoot it off. Let me go to the party real fast. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so just so we're not getting twisted over here. Number 3. I start out with, you tie me to the warehouse, right? And that leads into my rant. And you can mock me or whatever a little bit, or interrupt me here and there. I can kind of sway away from my rant and get back onto it, just for the sake of the time it takes for us to actually golf that out. I can ad-lib, you know. And then after 3 going into 4, it's the end of the rant. What do I? Damn, I didn't come up with a statement there. Hole 4. Oh, okay. After 3, so I close down my rant, and I go into. I'm about to move into it, and all of that stuff, all those things. All of those things end rant. Okay. And then as we go into hole 4, alright, so hole 3, it's me, tie me to the warehouse. What the hell do you mean? Go on my rant. The end of the rant is, you know, and I keep saying this stuff, all these things, and then it goes to the cut screen. And then we've already recorded the drive from hole 3 to 4. Go into hole 4. Black Tide responds to the missing document stuff. Do you know what you're going to say to all that?
What?
Your intro into hole 4.
Yeah, it goes in missing files.
Alright. So
You
you're
mean the missing evidence?
right.
You mean the missing evidence, is what I'm going to say.
Right. Okay.
To make it, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because you're always going to twist words, and I always have to untwist them. That's
Right.
how it works. I think a
Yeah.
lot, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I use different lingo from here and there.
Yeah.
I always try to follow the same line, though.
Oh, you're doing great.
Alright.
But then,
So yeah, we'll be talking about that. And then we've got
hole
the
5,
drive.
that's when I go into my big rant. That's where
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how to piss you off.
Right. Well, you.
I don't know. And the right hand, left hand line is still good, right? Because that's getting cut out.
Right. No. You can use that. I mean, you can use that at the end. You can
That's
tell
what I want.
me, you know, you can be
Because
like,
we
and hey, by the way,
changed.
let's not forget, you're here because your right hand is in trouble, and maybe you don't know,
Right.
right, what your left hand is supposed to do, or however you said it. That's dope. Like, you can use that for sure. I want you to use that. Right, so hole 3 and hole 4 is you, and hole 5 is you. So all I have to worry about is going into hole 3 and how I end hole 3. You have to worry about going into hole 4, how you're going to begin that, because you're responding to the missing documents at that point. Like, it's the first thing I say in the missing documents, and so your response is, and then
You mean the missing evidence?
right,
And then I'll go into, you know, and then entire box of legal invoices. The entire box of illegal invoices implicating E-Man in a stolen parts scam eaten by rats.
Alright, so
How's that?
quote, yeah. Just writing this down. Whole 3.
By rodents? I could say rodents.
Tiny into
Rats, rats.
Tiny to the warehouse. Rant for the whole
You could also ask me, wasn't that in your office? Since you get that punch. Right? You know, if you got a rat problem.
Okay. That's going to be after you make your response about documents and stuff. Like, I'll respond to you about that before I bring up Kit Kat. Like,
Right.
if I feel like we need a little bit of a buffer because of time's sake, I'll offer a little bit of buffer, and I'll try to do some
Well, you're gonna
unscripted
make rat
bullshit.
jokes for a buffer.
Right. But then eventually I'll keyword you with, you know,
Right.
special testimony.
Whatever.
Right. And then, alright, so, how do I end the third hole here? Let's see, tie me to the warehouse. And then, how do I end the third hole? What do I, it's just the one example, it's E-Man's example, right? The witnesses.
Time to the warehouse and then shoot rant.
So I end it with the, okay, tie me to the warehouse, that's the beginning of hole 3, and the end is, you mean the taco truck in Vinewood? Or how about some examples?
What are you talking about?
I forgot the ending, how do I end hole 3?
That's just your rant. I don't know how you ran that. Because what do we start off on?
Right, but I rant until the point of talking about E-Man.
First hole starts with let's start with the floating words here. Am I just crazy? Season 1. That pissed you off some tiny new warehouse. And you need to take it from there.
All these things. All these things. It's all these things. And to top all this off, all this stuff. To top all this off, all of these things. As I start with all of these things on the drive. Okay. And then hole 4, you're the intro.
Missing files.
And your intro is...
Missing files, question mark. You mean missing evidence.
Okay, and you're going to end 4 with... slow transition to Kit Kat special testimony. Scoot to beginning 4. we just did this and we didn't write any of it down.
We're almost done with the actual video, though. I swear to God.
Just got this golf game to make. Then I'll have everything I need. It's gonna turn out beautiful, man. You're gonna love it. I think hole 4 is me. I end it with the joke about the leprechaun. Yeah. Me. Hole 4 is the ending. The ending of hole 4 is me, and it's the leprechaun joke.
Great. So then we did on the way. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to help you. And I sure don't like
Right. And 5 is I'm just trying to help, and you go into your rant somehow. Do you want a minute to get your rant together before we launch? Yeah.
I got a baseline. I don't need your help. I've got your right hand. Okay. I've got your right hand. You're here because maybe the left hand has no idea what the right hand will do. But that's all I got. I don't think I need more. I think it should leave off like that, and then you should issue your final warning, and then leave me to think about it.
All right, give me your whole rant, but give it to me with a little bit of gusto. You know, speak up, put your microphone a little bit closer to your jowls. You know, let me really hear it before we go in.
I don't want your help. I've got your right hand. You're here because maybe the left hand has no idea what the right hand will do. That's all I got so far.
All right. I mean, that'll get you through maybe you getting your balls situated where you want to get it shot, and maybe through the tapping to launch it. So you're gonna need like another maybe 15-30 seconds or so. Can you put a besides in there, or a look? If you wanna, you know, or something, elaborate on some kind of besides or look, or listen. Or maybe I'm not so much the boss I think I am. You know, like maybe you're the DA, you got connections elsewhere, and you're gonna surprise me during court date. I don't know. If you can elaborate just for like another 15 seconds, I think I can fill in the ass end of it and close it out. Be like, all right, I see how this is fixing to pan out. You know. It is election year. It really is. So that really helps out, man. That's fucking great.
And indeed, it's an election. Because you already mentioned election, right?
Yep.
It's like I'm agreeing with you and bringing further conversation back.
Yeah, it is election year for sure. Oh, this golf cart. I'm really gonna miss it.
We'll talk about that internship, okay? She better be cute.
No!
Oh shit!
Let you running me over would solve that. Okay, here we go. So that says, I don't need your help. Everyone hates a dirty cop. The press is spoon-feeding the message I want.
That's a good point.
It is indeed an election year, and I'm not the only one up for re-election. But most importantly, I've got your right hand. And you're here because maybe, just maybe, the left hand has no idea what the right hand will do. Alright, that's what I got.
Wow. Yeah. This guy really thinks. This guy really thinks he's got something on me here.
Really? Do I? Okay, good. Because that's what it's supposed to feel. It might take a couple of reads to get through this. I don't know. We need to probably, like you said, do the full 9 holes. Do each one the same. You know what I mean? Just so we can have multiple takes.
Yeah.
And you can take the ones you want. When you're happy with something, then you know then you're happy with it. If you're not happy with it, we do the hole again. Okay?
All right, but I mean, I'm happy with what we have so far. I think it's gonna turn out pretty good.
Well, that's fine. But if either one of us isn't happy with it, then we could just play another hole and just do. And it's just like a do-over, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
Because it doesn't
yeah.
really matter what holes we see on the golf course.
So you do want to play a hole 9 after all?
Yeah, I mean,
Just for
we don't
yeah.
have to. We can always stop if we get the takes we want. But you
Yeah,
should
true.
at least put some holes up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Give us.
All right.
I don't want to do 3 holes. It's too much pressure to just get 3 first takes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a little bit of pressure. Yeah.
So I had to come up with a lot of shit on the fly. Number one, and number two,
Alright.
I have a lot of speaking that has to be done during this.
Yeah.
So, but I need to
Yes.
piss real quick, and you should send me that info.
Yeah.
Or I'll just join on you.
Oh, I got you right here. There it is. All right, I'm gonna take a leak also.
People are after me. Go away! Go away!
All right, I got your invite sent.
Motherfuckers. Thirsty, dude.
I'm gonna go pee, man. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back.
It's work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's almost over, man.
Damn it. Okay, fire it up. Okay, first.
Tie me to
Your
the
time to
warehouse.
shine.
Tie me to the warehouse. Tie me to the warehouse. Listen, you got the wrong idea here, bud. you wanna sit here and prosecute everybody in the whole wide world all at one time?
Evens on this, buddy.
Alright, all the way. And this entire hole is all mine. And if we get to hole 3 and we're doing it, that's it. Hole 3 is the deadline. Right. So you're gonna just tie me to it, huh? You're gonna tie me to the warehouse. Like eventually at some point. Man, I mean really, I think you're desperate in this whole ordeal. And this is what I was talking about. You're like, oh well eventually I'll tie you to it. Well, listen, man, please don't go making crazy steps. You know, like it's not about me at this point, unless it is about me and you got some kind of vendetta or something. And I can't imagine you having a vendetta against me. You tried so many people in my crew family, but you never actually tried the head of the syndicate. Like maybe you might be a little bit of afraid. I don't know.
Maybe I'm one step closer.
You could be one step closer, but you're definitely couldn't have taken more steps to be so far apart on your actual achievement, like what you're really trying to achieve. You haven't been able to achieve it 11 or 12 times. What I come from is a standpoint where it's almost embarrassing. Like when people look down on the city, and I love the city, but when people look down on the city and they say, hey, what are the key strong details about Los Santos that I'm really interested. Well, here's one thing to be interested in. The DA almost never gets it right. I just, and it's going to be another one of those times. I want to save you the embarrassment. You got a reputation to maintain, Just seems like you're doing the same thing over and over again. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not. Ooh, nice. A little bit left. Like your case.
Well, there's always something interfering with it.
There is. There's a lot of things. Your cases especially, and the past, 10 or 12, to be honest with you. I mean, I could look back on time and all the cases that you put up against Suspects R Us, and there's always something that's gone wrong. I mean, always something that's gone wrong. And not only is it always something that goes wrong, in my experience, the town just kind of laughs at you, and listen, my name, it's like the presidential election right now, and every time you make my name look bad, you kind of, put me up on a pedestal. You've almost gotten me like the Robin Hood of town right now, But people see that, all these dumb things happening, they see it. They see you flopping these cases in front of the judge, man. It's not very attractive. Hang on a second, I gotta... Yeah, what?
I disagree. I think that these cases are kept way low profile for a reason. I can't believe that I actually got reelected.
Yeah. That's kind of an open door. And I can't believe you got reelected either. Because there seems to be a common trend occurring you know. And when you say it's unbelievable that you got reelected, I'm kind of on the same page with you there. I really am because I mean, all right. Well, let me let me give you a couple examples. You know, like all this stuff I've been telling you, and it's not worth it. You know, like let me just maybe if I gave you a few examples, right? So not only is it okay, that would cut off right there.
Okay, let's try again from the top.
All right, try it again from the top.
And maybe we should. I mean, I don't know how quickly or how should I shoot so fast. How quick should you shoot?
Yeah, you have to speed it up shooting. All right.
Okay.
From the top, tie me to the warehouse. So you're saying you're gonna tie me to the warehouse eventually, like eventually you'll end up tying me to the warehouse. But for right now, you can't tie me up to the warehouse, can you? In fact, the only thing you have to tie to a warehouse is a couple of concrete vans, couple of McGill masonry people, you know, like so basically you just eventually you're leaning on it like you're desperate, and that's what I'm here to prevent. I'm here to prevent this desperation from setting in, you know, like all of a sudden I hear that there's some kind of deal, or that you and my sister are gonna like work on some kind of a deal. Well, that's not happening. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to work on a deal, right? I'm not an attorney. I'm not one of your judge people. I'm not in your little crowd of law school nerds or anything like that. I'm just a regular old bad boy criminal that runs a syndicate enterprise. And what are you gonna just take down everybody all at once? Are you? You're gonna take down me? You're gonna take down my guy? You're gonna take down all these different people? You know, and it's always the same deal. I don't really see anything that interesting here. You know, I don't see how it's really that different. You know, Suspects R Us has been doing the same things for decades, and for decades you've been doing the same thing and flopping in front of the judge.
You know, it's not
just not worth it. It's not worth it
to
for me.
talk through people's backswing.
Sorry. Yeah, that is kind of uncustomary. You're right. I should refresh myself on the rules of golf. I apologize. I'll try to give you a moment to think. But I feel like this is a bad deal for you. I feel like it's, you know, like it's going to end up the same way. That's just the way it is. Now, save yourself the reputation points and just stay away from it. That's all. That's all I feel like, man. I just feel like that, you know. Maybe it's different.
Way different.
I mean, I honestly don't see how it is any different. It's just Suspects doing the same thing over and over again.
I think there's a little more exposure in this particular case. It's an election year, as you mentioned, and this guy,
But the process,
your guy made a real big boo-boo.
the process is going to be the same. And you know what? A lot of my guys going around making big boo-boos. It doesn't mean you got to prosecute every Tom, Dick, and Harry in my syndicate, does it? You're always prosecuting people, counselor.
Well, maybe your
I mean, I know it's your job,
but
it's my syndicate. It's my syndicate, you know, and our job is to break the law. Now, maybe your job is to prosecute us, but are we the only people you got to prosecute? No. You've literally prosecuted almost everybody in my regularly active syndicate. Do you realize that? You do realize that, right? You've almost, I mean, and it always goes the same way. It's always the same damn thing. There's always something just stumbling up your cases, man. Always.
Shut up.
I'm just worried about your reputation. Listen, I've told you all these things. I've told you all these things.
Worst golf game I've ever played.
I think that one was a little bit stronger.
It's a little bit stronger. It's
You
still
wanna
kind
go-
of one-sided. I don't know where to interject. We'll only get one more shot at it.
Well, this is my rant part. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean there is
If
really
you like that one, we'll save that one.
no. I thought that was a
Go
lot
on to the
stronger
second
than the first one. Yeah, yeah. You want to
Okay,
go to the
you
second
want that
one?
one?
Yeah, let's
Alright,
do
we'll
the
go to
second one.
hole.
All
Alright,
right.
we start off at
Um,
witness.
you.
Missing files. Missing files.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, missing files. I mean, the taco truck wasn't bad enough. Right?
You mean the missing evidence?
I mean, yeah. Like when you get to court and you're like, oh well, I introduced this into evidence, but I don't know where the document is now. I don't know where the paper is on it. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, an entire box of illegal invoices implicating E-Man in a stolen parts scam by rats.
Like, you're still using the guy to do your car service anyways. Is that part of your lucrative investigations that do nothing but fail in front of the judge?
I mean, so the guy's good at what he does. That's beside the point.
And it's just no, it's just the point. It's just the point that your things, you know, like maybe you got an issue somewhere, you know, like inside the departments, you know, like maybe you got someone with sticky fingers.
Maybe I got a rat problem.
I mean, you could have a rat problem. I know. Wait, what kind of what sense of the word are you like? You talking like someone in your office is dropping the dime, or are you talking like you literally might have like some dirty shit? And because I know somebody that could come by. You want me to put in a call for you? Get rid of the rodents? Yeah. That's. Hey man, what about the butterfly thing? You remember the butterfly thing with the, a homegirl? You remember the butterfly thing? Yeah, the butterfly thing.
I remember the butterfly thing.
The magnets with the alleged illicit substances inside of them. The guy,
he's ready to
the
testify.
the special witness guy, the special witnesses that hardly show up for your shit. Yeah. There's been a few of them, not just the butterfly guy, but there's been a few of them. There was the guy that he suddenly went on vacation.
Okay, look, it was a Lapidopterist, all right?
What was that guy?
And he retired 2 hours before.
Whatever he was.
He was about to identify endangered species.
Hey, are you gonna take your putt? Yeah. Because some kind of fucking leprechaun guy doesn't show up, you lose your cases. It's always the same. It's always the same. You always have these weird issues,
A leprechaun? Do you take anything seriously?
We might be able to clean up and time the leprechaun part right a little bit sooner, just a hair sooner, before the stats come up on the screen.
Okay.
If I can get it in there.
Top of my line.
Like the taco truck thing, and that's not all. That's not all. Not only is there missing witnesses, but there's missing evidence. Like half the time you show up to the courtroom and you don't even have the documents you need. Like you might have something in the evidence locker and it's just all of a sudden like just not available. Like maybe you have a problem somewhere in the office, or maybe it's yourself. Maybe you like to use some of the evidence. I don't know. It's always the same thing, man. You got missing witnesses, and missing evidence.
If you mean the missing evidence you're referring to is... Yeah, that's an illegal legal box of invoices that you well, you know, it was implicating E-Man, stolen parts, and just so happened to be eaten by rats.
Maybe you what? But no, that's what? You have a eaten by rats? Like you have a rat problem? Like eaten by rats? Like that sounds a little too. Do you need a number for a like a rodent man? Like one of those guys that sprays for? Because I know a lot of people, man. You know what? Let me go ahead and make that phone call for you while we're in the middle of the swing here. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Maybe you're missing documents. You know, maybe your special witnesses go the same route of your missing documents. You know, maybe they're eaten by rats. You know, 'cause it seems like your special witnesses have a hard time showing up every now and again too. You know.
Yeah. Talking about the Lepidopterus, aren't you?
Well,
Yeah, the guy retired 2 hours right before he was about to testify and identify an endangered species.
Yeah, the
that,
butterfly
your friend
guy.
Kit Kat has a pet.
Yeah, the
Is that what
butterfly
you're talking
guy.
about?
Yeah, the butterfly guy. What's his name? I heard he just went on vacation. He expired. What are you talking about? He expired.
He expired. He retired. He retired.
Retired. Oh, I
He-
thought
the guy-
I
the
thought you
guy-
were
the
trying
guy-
to, give me a fancy way of saying he died or something. Because that guy didn't
No.
die at all. He didn't die at all.
No, it just so happened he could all of a sudden afford to live on an island.
What? He's a leprechaun. He makes a lot of money. What do you want from me? I mean, he's got a whole pot of gold and everything, right? Didn't you say?
It's not leprechaun.
Pretty sure you said leprechaun. You said the guy,
No,
the leprechaun
it's
guy.
Lepidopterus.
Oh, come on.
It's-
The
it's-
fuck?
it's-
Hey, did you see that? Did you see
It's
that
a-
shit?
It's a butterfly scientist.
Son of a bitch. Leprechaun, lepidoctomy, it's all the same. That's actually kind of perfect. You wanna? I don't like this whole. You wanna go one more round, or you wanna just move on? Because I think I got enough there for
Okay, I need to go to the ranch then.
maybe it. What?
Are you good with that take?
Oh yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Alright, let's roll.
All right. I'm just trying to help. All right. I think you're being a little dense. I think you're being a little careless about this. And really, I'm just trying to help. I just want to offer my hand. I think maybe you're reaching too far on this one, and I don't want you to look bad at it. We'll keep talking about voting season.
Look, I don't need your help. Everyone hates a dirty cop. Everyone. The press is spoon feeding this city everything I want them to. It is indeed an election year. But you remember that I'm not the only one getting reelected this year. But most importantly, I've got your right hand. And you're here because maybe the left hand has no idea what the right hand will do.
Are you kidding me right now? You're banking off the election year? You think putting suspects are us under what? Holy shit! Nice fucking hit, counselor. You think putting suspects are us underwater is what's going to get you the vote, and you're not the only person trying to catch the vote this year? You realize you got opponents, right? You realize you got opponents. You got opponents who are probably gonna, make it difficult for you Listen, man, I'm just trying to help you. All right, but there's certain facts out there that are gonna come out.
All powerful men will face adversity. All powerful men have opponents.
And part of those facts, a fact pattern of repetition, counselor. Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe this year you might come up short.
That looks like a par for me. I think maybe I'm just gonna leave you to it with this hole and have you figure it out. 'Cause it doesn't look like you're understanding it the right kind of way. Nope. I'm gonna have to speed that up a little bit, aren't I? Alright. Let's do one more on that. Let's do one more on that. Alright, so I'm just trying to help you out, you know? Just trying to give you the heads up and help you out. I think it'd be better if you went the other way on this, you know? I think it's pretty dumb you're gonna pursue this. You should learn when to take the guy's hand.
I don't need your help. Everyone, I mean everyone, hates a dirty cop. Press is spoon feeding the entire city exactly what I want them to hear. This is indeed an election year. But remember, I'm not the only one getting reelected. But most importantly, I've got your right hand. And you're here because maybe the left hand has no idea what the right hand will do.
You're still on this kick. You're still on this kick about the power you have. Oh, the danger putt. Wow. Maybe you just need some time to think about it, because you know what? Buddy, you're not the only one up for a re-election. And I'm pretty sure this one's not quite in the hole as you think it is. Is that bad enough? Is that mean enough? Is that boss enough? Should I be more boss about it?
No, I think that you said what you're going to say, and that's what matters. And you need to be... It doesn't matter to you, because you've already got a hand, remember?
Right.
You're trying to do me a favor, and maybe by doing me a favor, get you a little bit, get me a little in your pocket.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
So, if you really just watch it, see what you think. Check that last hole out. Watch it.
All right.
You know, make a shitty stroke. Who cares? Watch the video. You want another take? We'll slow play this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure we have another hole if you want it. If you're not sure, look at it. Now, it might have gone a little long there, but I think you can cut that off before the scoreboard, and it still sets the point. You know what I mean?
Oh, I took a hit beforehand. I started coughing up in the middle of the goddamn thing.
Help you out. I think it'd be better if you went the other way on this. It's pretty dumb. You're gonna pursue this. You should learn when to take the guy's hand.
I don't need your help. He knows the trick too.
I mean everyone. He's a dirty cop. Feeding the entire city exactly. This
Huh.
importantly,
Judge is getting reelected too. You know?
I've got your right hand. You're here because
I need to respond to I've gotten your right hand.
left hand has no idea what the right hand will do.
You're still on this kick. You're still on this kick about the power you have.
Oh.
Oh, the danger foot. Wow. Maybe, maybe you just need some time to think about it, because you know what?
Nah. I'm not liking it.
Up for re-election.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like the way I handle that.
You just need some time to think about
I need to hone in on the fact that you're over here thinking that you got somebody important. You don't know who's important in my shit. You don't know who the fucking first left hand man, who the first right hand man is. You don't know none of that. If you think you know something you don't know. And the fact is you don't know something you need to know. So I'm just gonna let you sit here and contemplate how you're gonna go forward with this when you know there's shit you're not privy to. I'm gonna walk away from this ball in this hole. The next time you see me, it'll be in a casino somewhere. No, I can't tell you that. Next time you see me,
Hey, can I stop you?
yeah,
Your voice sounds like shit. Take something to drink.
yeah.
Sorry, but I like to be blunt about shit.
He's like, your voice sounds like shit.
It does. You want to hear it, don't you? You want me to pander, do you? Nice shot.
Woo!
Good shot. Yeah, you need to hit a shot of whiskey and clean that shit up. Clean that mucus up.
This is gonna be pretty decent when it gets all cut up. Ooh.
It's close. This is a real tough shot, though. That's an ugly lie up there. This lie would probably be right.
10 inches up, 11 inches up, for Christ's sake.
It's awful.
Oh, come on. Oh, just on the fucking edge. I'm glad this isn't the last hole.
Okay.
There.
Alright, you take it from the top to help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to give you a heads up there. All right.
Alright, take the top of the help.
All right, just give you a little bit of help. Just give you a little bit of help. Just give you a little bit of help.
I like the hand. The hand part was good too.
Yeah. You gotta know when to take a hand.
Yeah, there it
Yeah,
is.
maybe I'll start with that. Yeah. It's just trying to throw you a little bit of help, you know. Give you a hand, you know. It's you gotta learn when to take a decent hand from somebody, right?
I don't want your help.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to give you a hand.
Everyone but you hates a dirty cop.
Come on.
The press is spoon feeding this entire city exactly what I want them to right now. It's an election year. I'm not the only one getting reelected, remember?
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, you should keep that in mind. You're not the only one.
But most importantly, though, I've got your right hand. And you're here because maybe the left hand has no idea what the right hand's doing.
You're still stuck on the fact that you think you have some high level, like, captain of the cartel kind of fucking deal. You know, you don't know fucking squat about my crew. You wouldn't know the left guy if he came up and hit you in your left eye. You know that right now? I mean, you can keep playing hardball, but you know what? There's things that you don't know that you're not fucking privy to. That you probably just need to fucking back away from this. You know, you're gonna have conversations in the future, and I guarantee you, in the back of your head, you're gonna be thinking, man, I should have listened to Milo. As much as you hate admitting that you should have listened to, you know, one of the most utmost leading powerful crime syndicates in Los Santos, you're gonna be telling yourself that at some point. I'm just saying, man.
I just believe I got a real solid case, and eventually
You got no fucking case. You got a guy driving
roads
diapers.
lead
You got
to
a guy
you.
driving diapers around in a couple of mechanic vans. Well, what, you know? I told you, it's nothing different than what you got before. You just won't fucking listen to me. You won't take a hand because you think you got it. So you bend over backwards as some kind of hornball fucking hard-on for Suspects R Us. But listen, it's not going anywhere. It's going to die on the bench.
This hole's too long.
Yeah, it is.
We need to do the next hole.
Yeah, I need to get the fuck out of here with this one. For Christ's sake. This is a long hole. You know what's perfect is the last hole.
We'll get there eventually.
Your mom's hole is perfect. We gotta have some bloopers for the video too, you know?
Alright, fair enough.
You want to cut in somewhere?
I can't use this sandwich. It can't save my life.
No.
Power wedge. I'm gonna take this old fucking crazy Arnold Palmer putt. Jesus Christ, man. Get a fucking, yeah, keep waggling, that'll help. Oh,
Yeah, it's close.
distance.
It's close, isn't it?
Can you
It's
use your
close.
different camera angle like I told you?
No.
God damn it. Hit your fucking square button. Look at the cool camera angle there is right now. Look over your
Alright.
shoulder. Better use this last hole.
Yeah, no, I haven't been using it at all.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's alright.
Fucking cool as fuck, dude.
Ooh, what happened, guy?
What? I started thinking about how you wasted fucking 5 holes worth of fucking screen time without even shifting your angle.
Yeah, that's probably,
Damn it. I can't believe you didn't remember that shit.
yeah, nope. Not even. Now I'll leave you to think about your bullshit. Okay, I need to remember as soon as the hole hits. Alright, this is it. Last take. Alright.
Okay.
Alright. It's gonna be in here somewhere. It's gonna be in here. Just trying to give you a hand. Just want to help you out a little bit. You know, there's a lot of things going on. I'm just trying to give you a hand, man. I'm just trying to help you out. You know, you gotta learn when it's time to take a hand from somebody. That's all I'm saying.
I don't need your help. Everyone but you hates a dirty cop.
Apparently.
The press is spoon feeding this entire city exactly what I want them to.
Yeah.
It's an election year. I'm not the only one getting reelected. But most importantly, I've got your right hand man. And you're here because maybe the left hand has no idea what the right hand's gonna do.
Oh, that's just pathetic, man. That's just pathetic. Not this shot. The fact that you think you know anything about the hierarchy of my syndicate. Like, you think you got my left-hand guy, you think you got my right-hand guy. You've tried every single guy in my crime syndicate, from fucking the entry-level peons taking money on the street from people that are indebted to me to, oh, apparently now it's the fucking right-hand guy. I don't, you know, it ain't, and you know what? You're not the only one being voted back in this season, as it may be. There's some other people being voted back in, and yeah, you know what? The city does hate corrupt cops because that's what the media shows them. That's what news media shows them. And let me tell you how many people actually take a little bit of stock in the news media anymore, right? Ooh, right off the stick. Listen, man, the gig's up when it's over, right? I'm just trying to give you a hand. I understand you don't need my hand. You don't want my hand. And like I said, you and my sister, you guys can come up with whatever you need to. You know, if it's completely unacceptable, she'll have to deal with that in her future. But
Oh, there's no deal. There was never a deal.
no, yeah, no, there's not going to be a deal because it's not going anywhere. You have to understand it's dead on the bench, right?
Maybe I just like the way your sister looks in shorts.
Excuse the fuck out of me. Excuse the fuck out of me, guy. I'll be sure to let her know. That's it.
I'm sorry I did
That's
that at the
it.
end.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're able to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, tap that notifications bell. That's how you know we're going live on air, doing a broadcast, or when we're getting ready to load up the video that's correlated with this broadcast. So there you have it. Black Tide, special thanks to you, man. You really went through the mill trying to get me the content I needed today. And you took a loss doing it. Look, I just took first place. But bing. I like the way your mom looks in shorts, my guy.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
man.
you for all your hard work and effort with that, man. I'm sure it's going to be great.
I hope so.
I'm sure it's going to be great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Black Tide. Thank you.
Thanks. It was fun. It was
Yeah.
stressful, but it was fun.
It was stressful, but it was fun. It's going to be amazing when it gets on video. You'll see. You guys weren't able to join up in this one, but you'll be able to see in the next video. And when you get there, that's where we'll see you in the next video.